Now, we're going to talk about loading and unloading an automatic, okay? Now, the first step to loading and unloading an automatic, and just to let you know, I'm going to use the Bodyguard 380 EZ. It is the simplest gun to demonstrate on out of these three. Now, anytime that you've got a magazine with a downward slant on it, that downward slant is always the back of the round. So I'm going to take 2 rounds, okay, 2 snap caps, and I'm going to insert them down and back, okay? 2 rounds, down and back. Now I'm going to show you that in this camera over here. We've got our magazine. We're going to insert the rounds down and back, down and back. Now, once again, you can see that there's a downward slant on that. That downward slant is always the back, so the round goes up and into the chamber. On the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard EZ, you also have on both sides, you have, I don't know what it's called, but it's a little tabby-do that you can lower the follower. When you lower the follower, you can just drop those rounds in. Now, once we have our magazine loaded, what we're going to say to in our heads is, keeping our finger off the trigger and the gun pointed in that 1/4 inch safe direction, we're going to pick up the firearm. Now we're in that 1/4 inch safe direction. So again, we're not moving it left or right or up or down. The very first thing I suggest all of my students to do is now to turn and face your gun. Because everything you need to see on that gun is on this left-hand side. So now that you're turning and facing it, you can really easily see right there in that chamber. You can see everything on the left-hand side. But for purposes of this video, I'm going to stand this way so that you can both see over my shoulder and you can see in this camera here. Now we're going to take our magazine with our bullets toward the bad guys and insert the magazine into the magazine well. And just like the revolver where we gave it a wiggle, we're going to give it a tug to make sure that's locked in place. Now we need to get that slide forward, and as it goes forward, it's going to grab the round that's right in the top of the magazine and put it into the chamber for you. To get the slide to go forward, what we need to do is pull down on that slide stop. Ready? Watch this. Pull down here. Slide goes forward, chambering the round. This gun is now loaded, ready to go. Now, to unload it, the first thing I'm going to do is use that magazine release to release the magazine. Then, I still have a round in that chamber, and I can tell that I have a round in that chamber because my chamber loaded indicator is raised. So to remove that round from the chamber, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that slide back. As I pull that slide back, that round is going to fall out. From there, I need to get this slide to lock back because we don't want to set a gun on the table with the slide forward. We won't be able to tell if it's unloaded without picking it up. What we're going to do is we're going to push up on the slide release, okay? Push up on that slide stop. Push up, pull backwards. If we hold upward pressure the whole time, and if we pull all the way back, it will lock back. Once again, pushing up, pulling back. The last step is we want to visually inspect that there's no round in that chamber, and then set the gun on the table on the left-hand side. Now, the reason we always set the guns on the table on the left-hand side, the automatic rather, is because on the left-hand side, we can easily see that there's no round in the chamber. If this gun was on the right-hand side, we actually have to pick it up to see if there's a round in the chamber, which reduces our safe handling.